Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to do a video on creating a really easy, elegant, fun, vibrant thumbnail for your YouTube videos, or you can do them on other social sites as well. Just get the template for that. We are in Pro version, so some of the features that you may see on the screen may not be available to you if you don't use Pro. However, I do encourage you to get Pro if you are an entrepreneur watching this. It is a business expense. It is deductible. And right now, it's somewhere between $10 and $13 a month, depending on if you pay month by month or annually. So go for it. And I also will tell you that I am using a Mac. If you're using Windows, it'll be very similar. I may have a few Mac-related things, so all of my products are Mac. That is it. Oh, helpful. These are helpful tips I'm going to start doing. I am not a tech coach. I am not a tech designer. I coach and help entrepreneurs expand their business. But I'm finding some of my clients are running into little roadblocks or obstacles with these tech tips that I am going to put quick videos out about. So they are just helpful tidbits for all of my audience and my clients. All right. So first, we're in Canva. Canva doesn't know I'm doing this. They don't support me in any way. I'm totally independent. I just enjoy using them. It's a fairly easy tool and fairly versatile. How we start is I am in a folder just so I can make this clean and you do not see my junky home board. So I created a folder just for this training. I can create here from right here, this create design button, or right here, this create. You will find these little create or create design buttons in many locations throughout Canva. You can start from there and later put it in a folder, but please start using folders and organize your projects. Hurt your back? All right. And I am going to hit here to create design. And what we want, I had already typed this in. YouTube thumbnail was the last design in my practice before I did recording. And that's what we're looking for. Just type in YouTube thumbnail. That's what you want. That's the first one. It's going to be a 1280 by 720. Just click that. So we hit design. YouTube has lots of designs. I've picked a couple that I want to use as examples. I'll show you why I picked them and why some are difficult. So the ones we're going to work with today is this one, even though I don't like any of the coloration at all, and this one. What I do like about them is the large text and how easily readable it is and how attention grabbing it is, although we're not going to use the same colors. I'm going to use this one a little bit to show something because it has some difficult features to work with. This particular one with all these boxes, it's cute for that particular title. But if you want to reuse your thumbnails, it gets difficult to work with on various titles, trying to fit them in these boxes. So if you're doing a weekly video and you want to keep using the thumbnail, which we'll get to at the end, these are not good. Okay? To select a thumbnail, you just simply click on it and it jumps over into your screen ready to be used. It tells you a little bit about it right here. You don't really need that information. And we'll pick a second one and we'll get started. All right, I've selected three thumbnails for us to play with. We have our thumbnails cluttering our screen. So you see this little arrow. If you're clicked on design, the little collapse arrow will be there. You click that to collapse that so we have a bigger working area. If I need to in the future, I'll move me out of the way. So let's start. For me, I am Purple Door Entrepreneur, and I do not use hot green, but I do use purple. One of the things I want you to know about templates, two things. There are things called positions, the different layers. You can see what is on a behind layer. There's all these different layers. It is not one element like a picture. There are multiple elements laid on top of each other. So sometimes we may need to move the position forward or back to make it work. We'll get to those. And another thing is coloration. As our background color, we'll also have a color for text. When text needs color, there is a change there. All right. This element is this box, this green box is an element. First thing I like to test is the background. If the background changes don't work for me, even though I like the design, I like things quick and easy. I'm not going to work too hard. So first thing is select the background. You have the little handles show up around the box. And this coloration shows hot green. My company being purple, I am going to pick purple. Now there's another box right here. You may have to scroll around and hover. It's big and outside of our little thumbnail. But if you click on it, you'll see there is a green coloration there. Again, come down and pick the same color, purple, or whatever color you want. So that background works pretty good for me. I like it. All right, so we're good. The next thing I want to know is what color text do I want? So what I just did was move my cursor here and I did a triple click and I instantly highlighted all of the text at once. And now I can see the text color up here is hot green. And I want it to be more like my coloration. That's okay, but it doesn't stand out that well. So I'm highlighting it a second time. I'm going to go back to the color. In Canva, it's real easy to kind of change your shade. This is the color currently selected. This is a new color I can add right here in this rainbow box with the plus. If I click that, I'm going to get this whole gradient selection here. And I'm going to move over to the right where it's a little more and maybe to the top. There, I like that. And I'm going to add that color. And it adds it right there for me. Tells me the number of that color if I want to use it. So that's my color. I want to also change this. And I don't know if I can change both of these elements at the same time. I cannot. So I'm going to select that and do the same thing. I'm going to use the color we selected here and the color we selected here. Just hit the element and you might want to change this one. Let me see if I can maybe like that in a hot pink. Might try. For now, I'll leave it as a purple color. Keep it the same. All right, so we have a pretty clean background, but we have somebody who is not you. YouTube loves faces. YouTube loves to know that it is you. And the more you put your face, I don't really like to put my face out there either, but the more you put your face on your YouTube thumbnails, the more they begin to recognize you as a human and as somebody they've seen before. So I want to get a picture of me. I created a little whiteboard, which is a different thing you can use, and I put all the elements I want to use for this project on a whiteboard to make it easy for me to grab and use instead of going to find them. Right now, we're going to take this picture. And I can't actually drag it over there, but what I can do is use these three little dots and copy that picture. I'm going to come back to the tab we were working in. I just got a tab in a browser. 2 tabs of Canva open at the same time, no problem. You can have 4, 5, 6 of them open at the same time. I am going to Command V, Windows Control V. And you say, well, that picture is not going to look really good there. You've got all that background there. You're correct. But that picture is selected. The handles are showing. And you come here to this toolbar and you do this BG remover. That's background remover. has a little crown, which means it is a feature for those who pay for the Pro version. But it is so easy when you hit that background remover tool. The background is gone instantly. That's a lot of work. Just save yourself for someone who used to do that manually in Photoshop. Okay, now I want to size it so it's about the same size as the existing photo. And I'm going to drag this back over here. That's about the size I want. So I'm going to move it out of the way now that I have the sizing. I'm going to select the original image. Thank you very much, image, for staying there. And now, once it's selected, I can either hit this trash can to delete it or hit the delete key on the keyboard. She goes away and we slide this photo back in. I don't like my handlebars hanging out, so I'm going to move that in there. Okay, so now it looks more like me and it has my coloration, but not the text wording. So let's change that. Easy. Whoops. Thumbnail. Creation. All right, that doesn't look too good, does it? Well, here's the thing. We'll take thumbnail and creation, highlight those, and we will step them down a bit. Okay. Click anywhere outside of this so that box goes away. I'd like to move it up just a bit. My mouse pad is being a little bit weird today. Okay, so move it up just a bit. I like it better up there. And I'd like this word easy to be much larger because it can be bigger. But the problem is, as I make it larger, everything else gets larger, even though I only highlighted easy. So let's take that back down. Click right after the Y in easy. Click the return key on your keyboard so you have an extra space, and this becomes its own line, not the same line of text. Now highlight it, and now move that up in size, and it doesn't raise the size of the rest of the text. All right, so we're about 98.99. Let's go back to 99. Okay, now click on that blank space because we really don't want it, and there we go. Voila, we have that. I could also drag this box out a little bit if I want thumbnail and creation to be a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. Click offside that box, and now we want that little exclamation point, but it's hard to grab. So what you can do is hold the command key and click twice. Once it gets the bigger box, second time it grabs exactly what we want and move that over a little bit. Or you can use this little 4 arrow tool right here to drag and move. Either one. Just drag with a mouse or drag with a trackpad or drag with that little tool. Move that back closer like it's exclamation punctuation. If you wanted it on an angle, that's these 2 little arrows. And when the double arrow shows up, you just drag it a little bit like that. And I like it tilted a little bit. So we'll leave it there. I don't want the word transform your finances. I'm going to come to my design elements. What I want to use is conscious entrepreneurs. So I'm going to copy that. Command C. I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to Command V. However, it pasted, but it pasted at the font that was previously there. I don't want that font, and I know it is Cinzel. I'm going to change that to that. I'm going to come back over to my design elements. I know I want the word for, which is right there. I am going to raise this up so you can see. Okay. I selected the word for. again, I can click those 3 dots and copy, come back over here, click in my thumbnail and hit paste. I can use the little 4 arrows, drag it down to about where I want it. I don't like it in the gray coloring. Come back up, select the font color, and change that to white. Okay, I'm gonna move it just a little more. Okay, now these 3 elements are a little close to that one. This is tricky, but you can do this. You click kind of in the bottom, for me, I'm clicking in the bottom left corner here, and I'm holding my mouse and dragging it to where boxes appear on all 3 of those at the same time. I can group them, which I'm not really interested in doing, or I can just drag them and move them, or I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard to incrementally move them. I like that spacing a little better. Okay, now the next thing you do is come back here. I want my name. I'm going to copy that or click copy. Come back and click in the thumbnail, Command V. We drag it to where we want it, which is down here. Make it just a bit larger by dragging it. And I don't like the purple down there. It doesn't stand out against the background. So I'm going to come highlight it and change the text color to black. And so that stands out a bit more. Okay. The last thing I have is my logo to go up here. Oh, if you wanted to add your name or some text field and you didn't have it already created and to copy and paste, you would come here, add a text box. I'm typing Kathryn. I would then highlight the text, raise the size, and then pick whatever font that I wanted it to appear in and move it, drag it, or angle it. Ta-da. But I don't want that there, so I'm just going to trash can and delete that. All right, the last element on my thumbnail I want is my logo. So I'm going to go back to my design elements. And that is right here. I'm going to edit and copy. We're going to come back to our thumbnail and we're going to Command V and paste that. It's a little too large. Move that over to the corner. It's just a little symbol on all of my videos that kind of starts to let YouTube know they all belong to me. Right, that is our first thumbnail. And you can reuse this if the next time, let's do that right now. So let's say this is what you want, you love this design, you're using this design, and your next video is not called Easy Thumbnail Creation, but you want to reuse the design. You simply click up here where it says duplicate page, and boom, everything, all the work you've done has been duplicated. And let's say, take self, okay, that's a little large. Okay, take self-portraits in iMovie. That's another one I'm going to show you how to do. Like all of these little images that I have, I'll show you how to easily do them in iMovie and get a quality image. Subscribe and you'll get that in the future. However, so now I have those two, and I can use this share button to download 1, 2, or all 3 or 10, however many I want. You click in the share, you click in download. It's saying, do you want pages 1 through 4? And let's say I don't. All I want is page 1. It has selected all. You just uncheck that and you pick the one single page you want to download. That one. You click done. And then there is a download button right behind there, and you would click download and save it to wherever you want. I'm not going to download it at the moment. Okay, so we've created a thumbnail. We've added elements and texts. We have duplicated it and changed the video title so you can use the same template in the future. People start to recognize your templates. And now let's say we were doing a whole different series and we wanted a little bit different thumbnail so it stood out differently and let people know it was about a different series or topic. So here we have this guy. And one of the easy things we can do is, I'd love this background for changing. You click the background, click the color, click the purple, and now pretty much everything else is quite usable for my logo. Well, except for I don't want this guy in my logo. Nothing against you. Thank you very much. So same thing, but we've got elements that are already here. I don't have to go back to my template. I just click on my photo in that thumbnail and copy it by Command C. And I come down here and I paste it, Command V. Yep, it's about the right size. I move me out of the way by simply click, hold, and drag. I click on this guy. Thank you. Bye-bye. I send him away. And I move me over. Okay. 2 little things here. One, there's these little arrows behind me instead of being in front of me. So we're back to this position button. And we want to go to arrange, and we want to tell me to go backward 1 level. There it goes. I had to go backward 2. And now these little arrows are showing. I like them. Make them just a bit smaller. And I want to change their color to bright deep purple instead of white on white. I'm going to come back up and grab my signature. I'm going to copy that. Come back here and Control V and paste that. I want these 2 elements, so I can click like that and hold and drag, have 2 elements, copy those, come down here and click and paste those. And then I can drag them into position, or actually I can drag them out there for the moment because I got to get rid of that one. Then, let me see if I can, oops, I can't get them both back. So I have to move one at a time, or I could have deleted that element first, make it easy. All right, and one of these, we've got easy thumbnail creations. And pretend we want to decide whether we like this one or this one. And I can do tech tips and a little too big, so we're going to highlight that and bring him down. Okay, easy thumbnail, and we'll give Canva. All right, so now they know it's tech tips and it's about making easy thumbnails on Canva. We don't want our gentleman's name here. We want our logo. So we're going to come up here, click the 3 dots, copy, and come down here and Control V. And drag that in the corner a little bit over. There we go. All right, so it was that easy to take that thumbnail and convert it. You could use this for a different thing. Last one. Pause for 1 second. Okay, so this one. If you select this background, when I first selected it, I got different colors. So be careful. And when you see this background color, if it's difficult to change the background, skip it. It's not worth it. In my opinion, I like things easy. There's plenty of others to pick from and change and get what you want. So here is, let's pick that color. It's a little blue. There's some kind of filter in this. And let's see if we go over here and maybe darken this. It's still getting too blue for me and I don't like it. So that's the first thing. They must have some layer in here that's hidden. Let me see if we do command, if I can come up with something else. That's her. Yeah, see, they've done a great job on their background, but I just don't find it worth the trouble. Here's one of the text box. You could change that to a purple that might bring some purple color back in. But why work so hard when you have simple, easy ones that will work for you? Okay. Go ahead and close that. So you can play with the design. If you don't like it, it's very simple to get rid of it. You come over here to this little trash can and you delete page. And then you have ones you can work with. You can edit and change your images to see if you like them better. And I will show you, okay, this is my YouTube channel that has various thumbnails. This is one. This is similar thumbnail with a different image. This is one of for my series and we have, this is the one for my tarot readings. I have one for my divine alchemy frequency. I have a new series coming up this week and it has a different background as a thumbnail as well. But as you can see, they all have an image of me. They all have pretty large wording, easy to read. And that's what you want. There's no magic to what you use. Just have fun with it. And hopefully you are able to pause this video and get whatever you need to create a beautiful thumbnail for you to move forward in your entrepreneurial adventure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And subscribe so you can keep getting things like this. I appreciate it. I really do, because I'm a young channel. I've had a different career. I've moved into this career since 2022, late 2021. And I'm just getting started. So if you can help me build, I can help you by bringing you more fun things to do. I'm Kathryn Gorham with purpledoor.entrepreneur.com. How can I help you? Connect with me. Thank you. Thank you.